Hi grade 11s, welcome to this video. I will be doing page 10 and 11 with you today, where we have to draw a pulley assembly using scale 1 to 1, and we have to draw a sectional front view and a left view. Keep in mind that we are drawing in third angle orthographic projection. So I'm going to get straight to it and start with my left view. Keep in mind that for each component you are given the left and the front view of each. So I will begin with my pulley. When we are looking at the explode, before I even tell you what I'm going to begin with, when we are looking at it from the left, we are seeing the pulley, the washer, and the lock nut. And then we are just going to see a little bit of this component, which is the housing, because of this diameter of this length being longer than the pulley. So only this part of the housing will be showing. Sorry. Other than that, those are the only components that I will be showing on the left, which are 1, 2, 3, as well as this end where you see the threads of the shaft in the pulley. So I'm going to put my paper just aside actually, then I'm going to start drawing. I'm going to start with my center lines. We are requested to not show any hidden detail. So I'm going to draw myself 1, 2, 3 circles. Let me see if this diameter 44 is going to show. And 4, because, wait, yeah, so 4 circles, because then the washer is going to hide these two. See, it's diameter 28, which means the diameter of the washer is 30, so the washer will be there. So I'm going to start with the pulley and then, yeah. So my first, the biggest circle here has a diameter of 128, 128, 1, 2. So we're using radius 64. Then we're going to move on to 112, divided by 2, 56. Wait, we are not showing the 112 since it's hidden detail. So 84 divided by 2, 42. Then we're going to move on to the circle with the center lines, which has a diameter of 64. It's given this. So whatever you don't see this side, check the alternative view. 64 divided by 2, 32. So there is my center line circle. Then I'm going to go to with diameter 44, 2, And then from there, immediately I'm going to draw my washer, which has a diameter of 30. That means it will be, I will use radius 15. And then from there we have an M14 block nut. So for the nut, 1.5 times M, which is 1.5 times 14, which will give us 21. 10.5 between 10 and 11. Take your 30 set square and just start constructing a hexagon around. Then once we have our nuts, we move on to the shaft and the threads of the shaft. We can see that it is 14, so we are going to now draw a circle at 14. Then we are showing the threads of the shaft, not the threads of the nuts, because the shaft is going to go into the nut. For 14 millimeters, we need to now draw a circle 22.7 millimeters on each side. Sorry, if your circle has a, if your stencil has a diameter 14, just use it, because these small circles are very tricky. Now it's looking a bit light. Oh, I'll just leave it. And then for the threads cover, 0.1 times 14. So 14 minus 1.4 minus 1.4 gives me 11.2. Divide that by 2, 5.6. Oh, these are small, so it's very small. This is not gonna work. Let me just fix my compass quick. And now this makes so much sense. So there is your plot. And then I can just also erase some of this Honestly, there's no need. There is instruction. I'm sure you can see that. Then I'm going to now get to the housing. I'm going to get 35 from the center, then go 14 millimeters in. Just marking my 35 there. Going to go a line for the housing, and then 14 on each side. And then the overall length, it's this 100 plus the radius 11. So 100 is from here to here. Then we need to add 11 on each side. 100 plus 11 gives us 122. Divide that by 2 gives us 61. So from the center, 61, 61. We need to show our cutting plane here on the front view. So we are going to then draw our cutting plane the same way that is drawn on the housing, but we will just be now showing it here. And then that's the left view. Now for the front view, about 10 millimeters away from the drawing. That's where we are now going to start our front view. 10, 15, it's up to you. How far out you want to go. And then I'm going to start with my shaft because it is the longest component in everything else should be fitting on that shaft. So I'm going to measure 121, then I'm going to start marking my length on it. My ruler wasn't straight. So that's where my 121 ends. Then I'm going to start by measuring 17. Marking 17. Then from the 17, I'm marking 30 millimeters. Then from the 30, I'm going to mark 5. Then from the 5, 55. Then we have a remainder there of 14 millimeters. And our 14 is the size of the where our threads, so this 14 here. So until here, this part will be our 14, then 30. The distance from here to here is 30. Then we want to find this end, that 5. It aligns with this circle on the left of the shaft, which has a diameter of 4, 2. There's a diameter of 42. 42 divided by 2 is 21. So I'm just going to mark 21 on each side of this line. Okay, let me try this side since the line is long enough from the center line. Yeah, this line is long enough, so I'm going to use it. I'm going to draw 2 lines here, like 5, and then this is how big they are. And then the remainder of this piece, it's in line with this diameter 28, so we are going to go 14 millimeters on each side. Good. And the 28 ends here, and then from there we are left with 14, and this is square, so you can see that it's 14 by 14, so it is 12. So I just need to get 7 millimeters. And I mark 7, 7, and I should have my YB at the back. When drawing it in dark. And there is my square, and then I'm going to also draw this part. Let me just take it all the way to the side, this one, because we need to join them like that. There we have our shaft in construction, just producing some lines so that you can sort of see it. Remember, these lines are in construction besides these ones, except for them. Then now What's the shaft being done in construction? We need to look at how components are going to fit into each other here. You can see that we have a similar shape to this part of the pulley, but I mean of the shaft. But in order to confirm whether the pulley goes there, look at the length of 30. The pulley is also 30 millimeters long. So that means that 30, the pulley is going to fit into the space here. So I can now outline this part of my shaft because it's going to show. Since the pulley will be cut in half, and remember we do not cut the shaft. Then we can now draw two long lines in construction, of which I am just going to now project my pulley from the left view from the. So we know that our pulley is fitting in this 30 millimeter space, and we can now start to get these parts. But remember, it is cut. So only this hidden detail here is going to show, as well as this piece. So these two rectangles, as well as this hidden detail line that we're going to get by going 31 up from the. So I'm going to go 5 millimeters in, 5 millimeters in, then I'm going to go from the center 5 out to get this thickness, and then join them. So from here, we have 30 millimeters, where half is 15. We need to draw a center line there. So I'm just marking 5 millimeters. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First things first, the center line. So remember, the pulley is a circle or has circles. In construction, I'm just going to transfer this to the other side. Then from the center, I'm going to go 5 out again. Also going to transfer it up, and then these fives we need to outline, and we need to go here. But how do we know the distance from the center line to here? Easy. It is this hidden detail circle that we didn't get to draw, which has a diameter of 112. So 112 divided by 256 on each side. $56 on each side. So you have that. Then we can start outlining the pulley. And just take your ruler and join your points. So there is your pulley, but it's incomplete. We still need to show these ones here, these rectangles, and this one with the space between this circle that we drew and the inner one that we drew. So we just need to project those two circles. So it's between this circle and that one. Same thing at the top. And then it goes in the, or we just going up until this piece. Then that is your pulley. Just need to complete the center lines. Choose there. So that's from this side. And then we need to now make that keyway. We have to measure 31, 0.23, 31 millimeters. Right, it is 31. Let me just double check again. So 30 will be the space. 1. And I'm just going to align it like this. Take my ruler on my other side square. Just gonna do this and move this here. Remember the key is gonna go there. So I will draw it first in construction because we need to show the key. You were told that from here to where the center line of the key is 15. So it's at this center line where you want to now show the key. So I'm putting it like this. Let me use another square. I want to put it like this. Just want to move it down a little. Still too high. So I want to put this at 90 degrees. Okay, let's try again. Just moving it down. And I want to draw my center line in the middle because that's where the key must be. My key is going to go there. The key is a diameter, one has a radius of 8. That means we must use, I'm going to use my stencil. I do not have 16, unfortunately, so I'll have to use radius 2. So 7, 8 is here. Going to place it here. Just checking. And I have to draw my half circle. Can you hold it down there? Because now it keeps on moving. Then I have to part section around, because remember, part section means that we are showing detail in the shaft. We are showing that there is something inside the shaft, which is a key. So I will part section around. Let me just get my line, and now in dark there, and then why did I draw it all the way? Oh gosh. Yeah, so that's how it's supposed to be. And I'm just gonna take my 45 and start patching very thinly inside the shaft. So I like to flip my six way around so that my patching can be super thin. Oh, I want a little bit too rowdy. And that's how I want it. It's something so thin for the part section. Once I have my part section, I'm now going to attach my pulley. Keep in mind that these two are holes, so I'm going to avoid that. I'm not using my set square that as a guide, so I'll be looking at this piece here between 15 and 16. It will be my guide. So whenever it touches the 45-degree line, I move it. So there is my pulley completed. Then from there, I can outline this part of the shaft because nothing is going to interfere with it. Then once we have that, what do we have now? We need to place two components here, which is the housing and the bush. The bush will start where this component where this 5 is going out. So I'm going to start with the bush, 55 millimeters. So 55 is actually that. Never mind. 55 is actually this whole thing here. Here. And they both have that dimension. It's the thing about assembly. Some things you do not need to keep on measuring. So from this 55, I need to measure 4 millimeters in because we were told that, okay, let me just put it on. It's 55 and 51. That means this, it's 4, this piece here. So 4 millimeters in. Then it has the biggest diameter there is 42. The biggest diameter there is 42. I measured 42 somewhere, which was for this piece. Yeah, this piece was 42. And you can see that the bush is 42 as well. This part of it. Part of the bush is 42. And then the inner part, which is this piece here, it's a diameter of 36, which is 18. 18 millimeters. 20, 19, 18 on each side. I'm going to draw the bush all the way in. It's a very tight fit between the bush and the shaft. Then I'm going to take my 45 and quickly hatch that bush. So there is the piece completed. And then from there, we are now going to draw the housing. The housing, if you look at it, it has a hidden detail of the bush as well as this part of the shaft. There's the bush, which is the 51. And then, so we're just going to be drawing it over everything. This piece has a radius of 35. So that means from here to here is 35, here to here is 35. So then we need to measure at 60 so that we can now start with our these pieces. So not the 60 now, the 100, because we want to get this center line so that we can start doing this. So 50 on that side, not 60. 50. Just double checking if it's 60, then we're going to get half of 60, which is here, and then draw our center line. Then where 50 is at, we are going to now draw center lines as well. And then here we have thickness of 22 because of this radius. So this side is 11, this side is 11, and our circles are at 14. So we're going to have 22, 22, mm, mm. Then still at those center lines, we're going to have circles at 7. Please, if you can, use your stencil for these small circles. It's quicker and don't take much of your time because these circles are very small. It might just take forever to do. And then as you can see, the cutting blade does not cut this area, so we do not hatch it, but it does cut this area here, which we then need to hatch. Mm, let's see if I can get it any other way. So I have to use the smaller hatching. I should have brought my bigger, my set squares with guides. With these small ones, they will take forever. I'm not sure why this thing looks straight here. Let's try again. Actually, everywhere it's just not straight. So you will see my lines a bit squabbly. I'm not sure why would that be because. So let me try using the small part of this side. Mm, let's see. Oh, it's not working. Sure, sure. Let's see how I can help this. I need to find a way, a hatching that is different from. So let me try using the small spaces because before I used the longer ones. Let me see what's gonna happen when I use the small ones. Yeah, it's making much more sense now. Let me use those ones. This is why it's important to have a set square with guides. It's easier, it's quicker. You don't waste time deciding which size to use because you know that I used 5 millimeters. Now I'm using 7. Now I'm using 3. Now I'm using 2. So I built this reflection and we are done. This part, we are only now left with our now features a height of 11. So 11 millimeters out. Oh, let's get the washer first. Almost forgot the washer, which is a common mistake. 0.12 diameter 2. The thickness of 2. The diameter I will get from the side. Since I already drew my washer, I can just go back, put my ruler on the floor. Now that we have the washer, we can now measure 11 millimeters of zero. Let me start here. So that is where my nut will end. Then for the nut, I will just project my point. So these are the points that I'm looking at when I'm doing my nut. You just want to make sure that you outline them for yourself so that you know which ones are which. Place it in the middle. And place it on the sides. This is my one side, the nut, so I have to do the same thing on the other side. So just these ones are in line. So the sides are in line with each other. Only to remove. So the same place that you put for this one, you're just doing it for both sides. Sixty degrees, chamfer it. This side as well. And then what's left of the, just going to project my threads. What's left of the shaft here. Let's check my circle outside. I'm not sure why I did it in back because I'm supposed to first do 45. And then we are my dots. Do the 45 first. Then do the back line. These are small details that are worth marks, so you have to do them. So there it is. I'm going to zoom out. So you have your drawing there completed. You see, this have to label this one section 8A. And it should be complete. If there's anything I missed, by all means edit, but this is the drawing. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.